Hey everyone, Graeme here, your go-to Canadian for turning points into paradise. Now if you're anything like me, you've probably caught the travel bug hard. But here's the thing, I'm not shelling out big bucks for those business class seats. Nope, I'm using miles and points. And in today's video, I'm gonna break down my travel point strategy so you can fly high without draining your bank account. Ready to dive into the world of miles, points, and first class champagne? Let's get started. Why miles and points? So why should you care about miles and points? Well, let me ask you this. How much would you pay for a $5,000 business class flight? If your answer is duh, Graeme, $5,000, you are actually doing it wrong. What if I told you instead of paying cash, you could use points worth around $600 to book the exact same flight? That's the magic of miles and points. They're like cash, but better because they can unlock high-end travel experiences that you would never want to pay for out of pocket. If you want to see exactly how this works, check out my last video where I took you through my round-the-world business class trip, all on points. Now here's the thing, points aren't just for the super rich or frequent flyers. They're surprisingly easy to earn once you know which points to collect and the best ways to do it. Let me show you how. How to earn points. Credit cards. Let's start with the bread and butter of points collecting. Credit cards. The easiest and fastest way to rack up points is through welcome bonuses. All the major banks in Canada are practically throwing points at you to sign up for their cards. But here's the catch. You need to hit a minimum spend requirement within a certain time frame to get those points. So it's like a mini game. Spend wisely, hit the target, and boom, welcome bonus unlocked. Now I'm not saying you should go on a wild shopping spree, but if you're planning any big purchases, timing them with a new card sign-up can be a real game changer. Everyday spending. Every time you tap that credit card, you are earning points. But remember, not all cards are created equal. Some earn points, others give you cash back. And while cash back is cool, if you're into travel like I am, points are where it's at. They might rack up slower on everyday spending versus those big welcome bonuses, but over time they really add up, especially if you're using the right card, which I'll get into later. E-store shopping. Now here's a sneaky way to earn even more points. E-store shopping. Aeroplan has this awesome portal where you can earn points just by shopping online. You don't even need an Aeroplan card, just a free Aeroplan account. And trust me, these points can pile up fast, especially during big promotions. Pro tip, keep an eye out for those 5x or even 10x points events. I recently snagged 7,000 Aeroplan points just by buying some furniture at Wayfair and some fancy threads at Harry Rosen. It's like getting paid to shop, what's not to love? But fair warning, the Aeroplan e-store isn't perfect. Sometimes your points might not track properly. My points for shopping at Wayfair are still pending months after I made the purchase. Now, I screen record my entire checkout process just in case I need proof. Because let's be real, no one wants to lose out on free points, right? Flying. And of course, there's the old school way, flying. Airlines like Air Canada will give you Aeroplan points for flying with them. But unless you're flying long haul in premium cabins or you're a jet-setting maniac, this might not be your fastest route to racking up those points. Even I earn most of my points on credit cards and e-store shopping, and I literally named my channel The Canadian Jetsetter. But if you're already flying, why not collect those points too? Which points to collect? Alright, so you're into earning points, but which ones should you be collecting? In Canada, my top 3 programs are Amex Membership Rewards, RBC Avion, and Air Canada Aeroplan. These programs are either transferable or variable value, which is super important. Let me explain. Transferable points can be converted from one type to another. For example, Amex Membership Rewards can transfer to 6 different airline programs, including my 2 favorites for Canadians, Air Canada Aeroplan and British Airways Avios. Know that you don't just need to fly these 2 airlines, you can get access to all their partner airlines too. These Amex points transfer at either a 1-to-1 or 1-to-0.75 rate depending on the program. RBC Avion also transfers to British Airways Avios at a 1-to-1 rate, and routinely has 30% bonuses to transfer there too. You can seriously boost your points account fast this way, I am speaking from experience here. Variable value points, on the other hand, aren't tied to a specific cash value. WestJet dollars are not variable value points. One WestJet dollar is $1 off your flight. It's simple, but not very valuable. Instead, variable value points like Air Canada Aeroplan or British Airways Avios have their own booking systems, which is where you can really unlock some insane value. We're talking 60,000 points for a $4,000 flight. I've done this many times and it's like winning the travel lottery, but you can do it over and over again. I also focus on collecting these 3 programs because they're surprisingly combinable. Amex points can transfer to Aeroplan or British Airways Avios, so you can book with Star Alliance or One World partners. And because Amex and RBC Avion transfer to British Airways at a 1-to-1 rate, you've got a ton of flexibility and combinality. That's not a word, but it should be. So that's why I focus on these 3, maximum value and maximum flexibility. Which cards to earn points? Now let's talk about the cards themselves. These are my top picks for maximizing your points earning. I own and use these cards personally, and I'll have affiliate links with the best public offers for each of these cards in the description. Amex membership rewards. First up, the Amex Cobalt. This is my most recommended card hands down. Why? Because it earns 5 times points on food, grocery, restaurant, and even food delivery. No other card in Canada offers this, and since membership rewards are so valuable, this is a no-brainer for me and the card I spend most on. Then there's the Amex Platinum. This card is known for its luxurious perks, airport lounges, travel and dining credits, and a massive welcome bonus of points. Yes, the annual fee is high, but if you love travel perks like I do, it's worth every penny. It also offers excellent travel insurance, so all my travel purchases go on this card. RBC Avion. For RBC Avion, my go-to is the RBC Avion Visa Platinum. Avion points are great because those transfer bonuses I mentioned earlier. Right now, you can snag a 55,000 Avion point welcome bonus, and with a 30% transfer to British Airways Avios, that's 71,500 points. That's enough to book Qatar Q Suites from North America to Doha. That is an $8,000 flight that you can earn from one credit card with an $120 annual fee. Air Canada Aeroplan. Finally, if you're an Air Canada flyer, the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card is awesome. It's packed with perks like free checked bags and a 40,000 point welcome bonus. Plus, having an Aeroplan card just makes life easier when booking Air Canada flights. My bookings this year. Now let's talk about how I'm putting my points to use in 2024. I've got some epic trips lined up, starting with Qatar Q Suites from New York to Doha to Dubai for 75,000 Avios. And the best part, the Doha to Dubai leg is in first class, which means access to the insanely exclusive first class lounge in Doha. I can't wait to experience that. Then there's Finnair's new lie flat seat from Helsinki to Dallas for 62,000 Avios. Their business class seat is super cool but a bit controversial. It doesn't recline. It's either a couch or a bed. I'm curious to see how this stacks up. I've also booked on Iberia's new A350 from Mexico City to Madrid for just 42,000 Avios points. These planes have closing doors in business class, and for a 10-hour flight, this is just an insane deal. Finally, I'm flying KLM from Vienna to Toronto for 50,000 Flying Blue points. I transferred 67,000 Amex membership rewards points to Air France KLM Flying Blue, and I'm really looking forward to collecting one of those iconic Delft houses filled with gin. I'd usually have an Aeroplan booking on the go as well, but I used up most of my points on my round-the-world itinerary that I covered in my last video. Now, before you get too excited, a word of warning. Finding these deals isn't easy. It takes time, effort, and a bit of luck. This is why I cover the best redemptions in my premium email newsletter, and I offer one-on-one consultations to help you book trips like these. And just another warning, this hobby can get really addicting. But hey, if you're gonna have an addiction, it may as well be one that takes you around the world in style, right?